All right, welcome everyone to session 76 of A Space Between, of The Space Between. And first, we will begin with a recap from session 75 by Bo.
Thanks for watching.
uh, oh, I almost forgot. Uh, Let me get us a little bit of Randy in here.
You can't get
There we
Randy in here. We have to maintain our family-friendly
Mhm.
rating.
Keeping it PG.
Also, I don't want you getting Randy in here.
Oh, brother. Randy McFluffin is who I was referring to. Our lovable, often confused transcription bot.
Get in here, Randy. Thanks for listening.
All right, on to the recap.
Back
Noah James, lay down now in the little bed. Yes, thank you.
Okay. So
Okay, I'm gonna
recap
mute.
for session 75.
I'm gonna mute so you can do the read. Sorry.
Go for it.
Them rats in Tabucan Customs remind me why I'm glad I volunteered for your own liberation. Snakes don't change their stripes, like Pappy used to say. They demand to probe Pete's brain on account of them fighting some other robots from Demnoff. Worst of luck to both of them, by the way. Couldn't even manage to probe him right. I done about fried Pete's circuits. Pappy also used to say dumb and mean was a bad combination. Cherry leveraged up to get some better credentials for us, so I reckon it wasn't a total wash. About some interesting jobs as we got into system. I reckon we need to make the one or pick the one that makes the fattest stack of creds pay off the new ship. But we got options and a whole planet of soft-bellied colonizers to play nice with. Listen, I get real lucky, that is. Best get to it, I reckon.
Soft-bellied colonizers, baby. All right. Yeah, we left off last time having spent a few hours combing through the main station over at Tabuk and flying soldiers and merchants and other ship captains for whatever tidbits you could dig up. And we got a few. And I believe what y'all had decided so far was that the ones that seemed most interesting were the, uh, I guess, the excavation crew gone missing, and basically whatever to do with the robots from Demnoff. And I don't know if I don't know which. I guess there was the talk of you know combat, warfare that is taking place with between Tabuk and the bots from Dimnov. Uh, but yeah, there was relatively little information you were able to get just in casual conversation because the government is keeping a pretty tight lid on any of the reports from their clashes. The main thing that everybody knows is there are machines invading from another system, and that is why all VIs and bots have to sport the little badges that show they've been screened. And yeah, Pete was given one for his troubles. Um, and yeah, you guys were set loose. I don't know what your next steps were going to be. We are we're down a couple players, so Zeke and Pete are going to be taking back seats this session.
Mm-hmm.
Tie knives to Bo and let him loose.
Zeke will teleport any troublemakers out of harm's way and into a safe, cozy little locked room on the ship if it comes down to it. That's in character, right? I think that would be in character.
Zeke not wanting trouble.
Oh, you got me there.
Yeah.
Also, the whole teleporting unwilling targets is not a thing you can do yet.
Uh,
Don't think that's even on the. I don't think that's in his plans.
Yeah, if that's something he's shooting for, you gotta work to get to that one.
yeah, that's not something you get just by dabbling in everything. That's something you get from focusing. Speaking of focusing, I've got gummies also.
All right.
Mine have sour stuff on them and lots of sugar.
All right. Yeah, I guess theoretically he could change his mind and go for teleportation 4 instead of precog 4. But yeah, currently the plan is for him to go to precog 4.
Yeah, that does seem that seems to be more what he's like his character anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, the teleportation has been phenomenally useful, but it's not Zeke. That's just a thing that Zeke does.
Mm-hmm.
Skittles gummies. Sour Skittles gummies.
Sour Skittles gummies.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Skittles makes good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to go wrong with those. All right, so thinking in character just a little bit here. What do we think that Captain Eva will suggest as the crew's course of action? Next steps here. Okay, I guess we could suppose that you guys have had an in character conversation, compiling the little bits and pieces that you've picked up from around the station, and
Well, then, yeah, the crew would know that she is interested in the Demnoff and the excavation. So I think our next steps are just to find out as much as we can about that before we either need to leave and go back home to collect our ship, or see if there's something that we can do right away. And to that, I had mentioned it last time, I think, but we didn't quite get to it. I think she'll have sent Pete and or tasked Pete, Bo, and Zeke with basically do the mercenary thing and uh, make contacts. If you can find people who are paying for this. Pay us for the things that we already want to do.
okay, and that specifically being bot related mercenary work or just
Yes.
mercenary work in general. Okay.
The bot or excavation related mercenary work.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I was basically just kind of passing off the work to the other characters is what I wanted to do.
Yeah. So yeah, Bo and Pete. Let's see. So one I guess one trick with that is um, I don't guess either one of them has. Um, I guess I would characterize it as like uh, neither one of them is particularly good at like going out and finding these connections. I think yeah, both of them have connect -1.
Oh,
I know Bo has. I think we've. I think I've allowed survive to stand in, although he still only has survive 0. Still could definitely make the attempt, but yeah, I think both both of their previous circumstances had them basically just come into contact with these sorts of uh, these sorts of groups, and you know, it was more that they were recruited and less that they found mercenary work for
mhm.
themselves. Um,
Yeah,
and
but Eva
then
doesn't know that.
exactly. um, Figured that might be the case, but just wanted to make sure that was clear for the players.
I think Bo might also chip in and remind the crew at large that it's like, yeah, I was just at war with these folks like a hot second ago, so I might not should walk around all by myself.
Okay, so yeah, let's. Um, can we explore that just a little bit? Because I think there had been some mention in the past of Bo doing mercenary work for Urala, and I think you referenced it in your I think in
Mhm.
the recap from last time too. Um, you what do you think that experience looked like? Would that have been during the brief bit of hot war?
I guess, and I think that would have had to have been, I guess, probably like post CIS involvement when he could have heard about any of that.
Yeah, there.
So I had thought either, word getting passed along like by the Urellen stay behind people of like, hey, we'd be willing to pay, people to come in and support these disruptive efforts, or if the CIS went and got people on their own with some level of separation from them to send in. So it's like, yeah, we're not sending troops, but we are sending people to satisfy some level of obligation to our new partners here.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. Yeah, I was wanting to clarify that a little bit because I don't remember off the top of my head exact time frame, but there would have been uh, there would have been a pretty narrow window of time that the
Yeah, I guess the actual like conquest on Urala was pretty short, but then that there was still the like, oh, what's his face, that general who stayed behind.
oh you're talking about a Tabukan general who stayed behind?
No, on Urala, the
Oh, yeah. So he had. I got you. Yeah,
I was
he
picturing
had
that
since
he hadn't
stayed.
shown up for any of the initial like them conquering Urala. But there was the several month time frame where there were Uralans waging like a guerrilla stay behind war. And I was
Hmm.
figuring that was the point where Bo could have got in.
Yeah, maybe I may be misunderstanding what you're talking about. Are you talking about them them waging months of warfare on Urala after the Tabukans withdrew.
No, saying while the Tabukans were still there, once they had conquered Urala, they like folded in 24 hours or whatever.
Oh, got you. Yeah, officially.
But
Okay, yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
see what you mean.
so
Okay.
the end of official hostilities, but the general who was running the like Uralan rebel, the ones who were is willing to fight and didn't want to have surrendered and had kept
Yeah,
going there that we had some interaction with.
yeah, I got you.
And then the CIS, as part of, I think, some of our initial negotiations, we were talking to them like, hey, you'll need to actually send bodies to this and not just like material and intel.
Yeah. Okay. And I was doing a quick check of my notes here, and yeah, having this reformatted a little bit makes it much easier for me to look through. Because I had the calendar, and the calendar was okay, but it was a little bit difficult to read sometimes. But yeah, there was definitely uh, close to yeah. There's around a month, maybe a little bit more, that there was active combat on Urala, and so there was definitely time for word to get back to Nagris or whoever, and for mercenary groups and whoever else to jump on the bandwagon and rally to go support them, make good money. So yeah, I think it's an interesting idea for Bo to be extra cautious around Tabuk. Does he have any reason to believe that there would be Tabukans who have his information or maybe would recognize him? Were there maybe an encounter that he had where some Tabukans saw his face and lived to tell about it, basically?
Oh no, I'm picturing him as largely having sniped, but I guess that can be a thing where, like, yeah, intel gets out, then they put bounties on, snipers. So I thought maybe along those lines, where he doesn't know, but has that general feeling of like, oh yeah, they weren't happy about these mercenaries having shown up,
Yeah, and
and we're
that
like,
he's
yeah, putting out bounties on them. So
hmm yeah, there would have been a general reward out for information leading to the capture of any Uralan sympathizers or co-conspirators.
and I guess knowing that Havorians were involved, and he doesn't trust them as far as he can throw them, where he's like, well, they probably are almost definitely have my info and are probably the kind of people who would sell me out for a quick buck. So
Yeah, yeah, that's always a fun question. Something that is generally true, including in this sector, uh, with stars without numbers, that the different systems are relatively isolated, and so I think even in a situation like this where there is a coalition and there is a a multi-system power government, uh, you know, talking about intergovernmental like extradition or anything like that is
yeah,
going to
still,
be fairly minimal. Um, so, one government saying, "Hey, you know, we have this guy who's wanted for these crimes on our planet." It's going to cost them a good bit of kind of political capital to be able to convince someone, yeah, let's put our efforts towards finding somebody else's criminal.
That's something.
But they definitely would it does fit that they would at least slap a name and a picture in a database somewhere just to be like, oh,
Yeah,
if we
tell him,
happen
hey, if
across
y'all can
him,
kill him, more power to you. Yeah.
yeah, if he stumbles into one of our precincts for some other reason, then yeah, we'll certainly take that information into consideration. um Anyways, so yeah, Bo is trying to stay on the down low on Tabuk. So that will, I guess, delay his efforts just a little bit.
Well,
It'd be
does he still try, or is he trying to stay on the ship?
He'll try.
Okay.
He'll either try to get Eva or Cherry to go with him.
Does he really want Eva to go with him?
I was gonna say Cherry
Mhm.
would need to convince to go with him because she's wanted to visit Tabuk because it's been such a hot topic.
Yeah,
There's
so
been
you have
rumors
your
of
Yeah,
crazy
mission.
stuff.
yeah. I think pairing off would be good. Um, Imagine maybe Pete and Zeke would pair off. Zeke mentions that he's been to Tabuk before, but doesn't really elaborate.
Of course he doesn't. And if asked, he's no longer there.
Yeah, if you get halfway through a sentence asking for more information, yeah, you're you're finishing that question to an empty room or to empty space.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so give me, let's see, Cherry can help then, or vice versa with this connect attempt to scope out some mercenary work on Tabuk relating to these specific incidents and try to find something that suits the group. Let's see, I don't have Cherry pulled up here. See, I don't know how you guys want to do this. Cherry has a little bit more connect than Bo does.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm. It may work then better is just Bo trying to assist her.
Okay, providing
You
his
survive or with wisdom or charisma.
yeah, I think so.
He will survive.
Okay, you got a pretty solid survive check. Danielle, are you in a position to make a skill check, or would you like me to do that for you?
If you can do that for me, that'd be helpful.
Okay.
I'm changing a diaper.
Alrighty. Yeah, so let's get a connect with a modifier of 1. That is going to need a reroll.
Okay, give it a reroll.
You roll a Rooney.
How'd the
Uh-oh.
reroll go?
Let's see. Let's see. That's not really. mm, Don't think that really fits diplomacy. So we're gonna have to that reroll was worse, by the way. You still got. You can do an alternate outcome from
And we without
Zeke.
Zeke
So
technically present.
Yeah, Zeke's not here. I was thinking about that.
Oh, I mean, Zeke's on the ship. He,
Haven't we left the ship though?
Yeah, I thought
yeah,
we were out
so,
doing our connection hunting so that we'd be like at separate places. I
yeah,
don't know why
let's,
we're arguing against you giving us this chance.
Yeah, I'm sitting
no,
here
you're
like,
good.
what is
Succeed
going
on
on
the
right
roll,
now?
Yeah, no, you
I
guys are
felt
right.
like
No
it's
extra
like play
reroll.
it fair here.
No, no, so hear me out because let's set the scene.
Yes, no.
Where do you guys where do you guys imagine being right now?
I was half listening, so I don't know.
I guess I was
Okay.
figuring go where a similar kind of thing is like on the spaceport of trolling around, asking for more info based on these jobs or other jobs.
Okay. Ow. Garbage.
So I guess
There's
that'd
good.
be bars, port, general port area,
Okay.
places
Yeah,
where
I guess
people who do this kind of work congregate.
yeah, we did not specify, I don't think at this session, but we had talked about you guys going down to the surface for this session's efforts to find more.
Yeah, I was thinking we're
Um,
on
okay.
surface, yeah, by this point. So
Yeah, you guys have gone and docked in the main spaceport in KFAR, and yeah, I'll kind of skim over the this is big beachside, sprawling metropolis, uh, skyscrapers, up in the clouds, um, huge, industrial and suburb sections sprawling out as far as you can see, just about. Big old city, um, major, uh, downtown bustle. There's there are tiers of kind of above ground, walkabouts and balconies and stuff that connect a lot of the buildings in the center of the city, and then there's the underground that y'all might remember from the last campaign. You spent a little bit of time in here and there. That tends to supply the city's infrastructure. A lot of shipping and other traffic goes through there, but it also serves well to hide some of the less savory activity. And you guys, you may start above ground, and but as you strike out with a few places, you end up in the underground, visiting some of the hangouts that you've been able to piece together. Um, have some connection to mercenary work and perhaps information that isn't so readily available by walking in the front door of one of these high rises. But you are in one such bar, and uh, Cherry is about to reach out to tap someone on the shoulder, someone who looks the type, who might know something about the kind of work you guys are looking for. And she feels a firm hand on her own shoulder from behind and is pulled slightly back. Hears Zeke's voice low behind her. I wouldn't if I was you.
Well
And
then.
here's a reroll.
And here's a reroll. What's a reroll?
Oh my goodness. Every
Lol.
roll has been progressively
Wow.
worse.
I guess it's not
This
However,
is when you say that one doesn't count. You close out the browser, you open it again, and go back to roll 20.
the funny thing is, though, through the sheer number of rerolls, you have risen to a 9, which is the partial success threshold I was looking for. Uh, so Uh, you you turn, surprised to even see Zeke here at all, and he'll uh, he'll walk with you back over to the table where Bo is sitting. I don't know how Bo reacts to seeing Zeke walking Cherry back to the table.
I guess split up means different things on different planets.
Yeah, well, duty calls, and
Yeah.
I had a feeling that you guys are about to get yourselves in trouble. So, yep, here I am. But
At least
hey,
I'll take the assist.
he uh, he helps. He kind of guides Cherry to sit down, and he says, "Yeah, give it about a minute. Um, I took the liberty of sending someone a drink from you." He's uh, looking at Bo, and yeah, they'll should be over here. He checks his watch. Yeah, about 45 seconds. So, yeah, good luck, guys. And he walks away.
What?
Little precognitive and teleportation shenanigans. Yeah, the
Feel like
direction
Bree would be proud.
he walks towards just like the bathrooms. And you have a feeling you're not going to see him come out again.
Not a wizardry man.
um, but yeah, so this this
All right,
fellow's
so I'm
kind of
gonna follow advice.
yeah, this fellow's kind of
Mhm.
unassuming. Walks over right on time, carrying a frothing drink, and says, "Hey, I don't think I know you, but thank you anyway. May I?" And points at an empty chair.
Of course.
Yeah. He he says, I'm not sure how you knew, but we do have some openings. Um, the government hasn't been very public with this, but they are paying out some mercenary contracts through approved vendors, and we happen to be one of those. And he'll go on to detail how they, they've been still working on gearing up and organizing their groups, but that the Tabukan government is looking for some mercenary assistance for their skirmishes with Dimnoff. He said there's nothing confirmed yet about any sort of ground action, but there is a need for ship captains with capable crews to join mercenary squadrons.
Oh. Do the ship captains need to provide their own ships, I'm guessing?
Yes, so that's been part of the trouble. He said they do have crew openings on some of their ships, but most most people prefer to work with crews they know and trust already. So it's a bit of a longer process to put together kind of mixed mercenary crews. But yeah, he said uh, captains that people that can captain their own ships bring in a much higher payday.
Jerry's nodding along. Sounds all good to her.
But yeah,
Wants contact information for that.
so um, he'll slide a card across the table, and he'll say that of course, part of the deal to be expected is that the mercenary company takes a small cut of the I guess of the pay for all of the mercenaries that it's basically vouching for. And there is an onboarding and kind of vetting process, but it isn't anything that should bother a capable crew. It's basically just an assessment to prove your capabilities in ship combat and in a couple different combat relevant situations as a crew to make sure that you're well enough rounded to be uh, more or less guiding yourselves during whatever engagements. See, he says that they don't just take any random rabble. They have a reputation to uphold. But he eyes Bo and says that he imagines that if they're anything to go by, there shouldn't be an issue.
Now, what was this in relation to which job?
So that was looking for mercenary work to fight the robots from Dimnoff.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't a specific incident or anything, but you guys had expressed um interest in that and talked about mercenary work. And that was the easier to find mercenary work that had to do with any of the plot hooks that y'all had begun to uncover.
Okay.
And give me one moment here. We can say that's pretty well. There may be a little bit more uh, small talk. He doesn't. He isn't willing to name a number yet because he says it does depend on uh, the type of ship that the crew can that they can captain of their own, and it might depend a little bit on their capabilities as well.
The kitten scratched you.
But
Was there a
he
kitten in your room, or had you left your room?
he assures you both that
I'm very sorry you got scratched, but look at me. You should have stayed in your room. Right, go around and put your head on Daddy's pillow.
he assures you both that the pay is better than what a soldier would be making, and obviously with a hefty um, goodness, if I can find the right word, not surcharge, but basically a hefty bonus for putting your ship at risk.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And he does say that any any damages the ship undertakes during the uh, during sanctioned mercenary actions are covered, and depending on, assuming that you get vetted and everything, there is an option to consider, kind of an interest, not interest, an insurance on the ship of sorts to help cover things in case you lose your own ship fighting on behalf of Tabuk.
Hmm.
Give me 1 minute here
Okay.
while you guys, 'cause you can discuss. That'll be the extent of what they're able to find for that day. Zeke and Pete come back, unfortunately, empty-handed.
Uh, well, can't say that sounds terribly appealing to Eva.
Because, yeah, I guess risking the ship as soon as it gets out of the shop.
um, her angle is more of she wants to know more about what's going on over there, not just go straight into fighting.
Mm-hmm.
She'd just know who we'd be fighting, who would be up against. We uh we could be the evil Luddite cultists fighting the enlightened AI resistance, and she's citing from a Jennifer Moon's novel.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
But she does ask, did he say how much it would pay?
Yeah, I guess if big enough money payout. I think Bo's resistant for helping the Tabukan military on principle, but
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't sound like this is something we're going to do, but Eva at least wants to know like how much it would pay, or at least she's curious what the range is.
yeah.
I believe he didn't actually say it, did he?
Yeah, he was saying there were some variances, I guess, based on the size of our ship and our demonstrated competence.
Well, we'd obviously get top dollar for the competence aboard our ship as well as the firepower in such a small package.
Oh,
But
that has me thinking. Do we just use that as like a foot in the door and then go AWOL? Try to find out more on our own?
well, no, because then they're expecting us to fight, right? What do you mean by a foot in the door? Like there's no feet in space, Bo.
Oh, I guess that was more out of care.
Oh, okay.
But
No,
then,
never mind then.
yeah. But yeah, just we use that as a way to show up around where one of these battle sites are, and then just break off and get that intel.
I think that sounds like a risky proposition.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can get out there without their help. So I don't think that the signing up and saying that we'll do something and then being like, thanks.
And not doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just adding extra complication that doesn't seem like we need to take.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there was some benefit, if signing up with them did get us some information, you know what? I think I'm dismissing that possibility. It's very likely that signing up with them would get us some information. You're right.
I was figuring that at least gets us at a combat site, since it sounds like those, I guess, the battle lines of this conflict aren't as publicly known.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if doing this job, I guess, even if we play it straight, if doing this job is going to be our way to find out more about this situation. Case, I'm getting a little bit of the vibe that we couldn't just like pop over to Dimnoff and then find
I'm
out what's going.
I'm gonna lay out some things that I think are relevant towards this is still probably not a good idea. Tabuk is partially or fully funding this operation. They're subsidizing it, at
Mhm.
least from the sound of it.
Yeah.
And so it's likely that any information we get just by signing up and popping over there is information that Tabuk already has. The only thing that we would get is it would give us a place to start, or there's more going on here.
Mhm.
And I'm not sure that's enough for the semi commitment into a combat role, and especially with the way this is all starting to sound like it plays out, it's sounding more and more like we won't actually want to provide Tabuk with any of the information anyways. They're like, unless we get there and find out that these actually are the evil AI Luddite
Mhm.
overlords, I don't think we're gonna get over there based on this information and then be like, all right, let's turn around and give all this information to Tabuk so they can continue on their military conquest.
Yeah.
I think this interview was a interesting way of getting information, leading to us saying, "Nah, let's not do that." I am open to arguments there. Eva is not. I mean, she hasn't made a stance yet, but yeah, I'm making a funny about my character being obstinate sometimes.
Mhm.
I think Cherry would be disappointed, but would understand that this was not an argument she was going to win.
Does Cherry think that we should engage in that?
No, I think she would just, from a like journalistic standpoint,
Mm.
be curious and want to try pursuing it.
Hey, why don't you propose that? Um, maybe like this is something that Eva probably wouldn't be opposed to, is if we get out there as a observation and reporting role. See what we can, actually position ourselves as, we don't want to go out there to fight them. We want to go out there to get more information. So send us with this mercenary fleet. We'll break off before the fighting starts, and that gets us there without any combat commitments.
Hmm.
It also leans into Cherry wanting to take a more journalistic approach to it, and it lets us plausibly break off, gather information, and then decide who we want to give that information to, if anyone.
I think that's a good idea, personally.
Okay.
Okay, so Cherry would kind of look a little nervous about it, but uh, she'd say, "So I know that you guys have your reasons for like not wanting to do this, but I really want to use this opportunity to like figure out what's going on over there because it's just kind of like a black hole for a lot of people. Um, and I really think this could be like good information gathering."
But I don't want to just get over there and start blasting other ships.
But we don't have to. Maybe we could offer to go over there to gather information for them.
In like a scientific research advisory role, consulting.
Sort of, yeah.
Um, yeah. I mean, obviously, I was starting to think about that, but that's genius.
These folks
Very
don't
let's
strike
see.
me as the researching and journalistic integrity, transparency, all that types.
Me?
Oh, no, them, these mercenaries. I think they want to go over there and shoot stuff. I don't know if they're wanting a journalist along for the ride.
But Tabuk wants.
Everybody wants information.
And Tabuk especially wants information.
Well, that might get them to be the sugar that makes the medicine go down. And I guess if you can sweet talk them into that, I got a feeling they're looking more for hired guns than hired cameras.
Eva looks between Bo and Cherry. What about that customs guy? He's the one that said that they're looking for more information. Couldn't you find him or maybe someone else, a higher up administrator in Tabuk can give us a bill of research?
Yeah, I don't know about the glowing recommendation of Captain Two Thumb. They're all thumbs over there.
No,
Maybe we'll.
not the captain, but the customs guy.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we can turn that into a in somewhere.
I can take a look at Tabuk and rank and hierarchy and see if there's a reasonable entry point and we can make an appeal.
I guess we're talking about getting them intelligence. I'm sure they got an intelligence outfit of some kind around here still. Even with the regime change, so maybe we go get a hold of them instead.
We probably just need something that looks like an official letter to conduct research on the behalf of the Tabukan government, and wouldn't that be enough for the mercenaries? Like a letter of marque, but for useful things like research instead.
Cherry feels like that makes sense, but she's not gonna say any more to Bo about it, basically. I think there's a case for a lot of things, but if no one else is willing to do this, then I don't know what to do about that. I guess maybe I could go with the people I've been picking up on our travels, and you guys could go do something else. She does not look like she wants that to happen. but she's putting it as an option.
Well, I'm guessing we can find some way over there. It's just figuring out the right person to talk to. I don't know. You think you could get the contact info for some Tabukan or for this guy's, handler out of him?
She looks very hopeful. Oh, yeah, I definitely think I could do that.
Yeah, maybe we just got to work our way up the chain to somebody who'd be making those kind of decisions, because
Oh,
I guess I know the mind of these mercs. They get told by those kind of fellas what to do. And not exactly the intel finding types. They get told what to do after somebody's got that intel.
wait, and then that means that we don't have to interact with the Tabukan government, right? We just get this guy's handler, and he says what to do, and yeah, and looks over at Cherry. You got that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got a feeling their handler probably is government. Or I guess the person who handles them.
But he's gonna want to keep any arrangement he makes with us on the down low, just like and she cites some other Jennifer Moon's novel, where the handler, conducted extra military operations off the books so that he could take the credit if it went well and deny it if it went poorly.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that works.
They don't call it Black Ops for nothing.
There's always brown nosers looking to climb the corporate ladder.
Hey, that works to our benefit.
Yeah, brown nose away, ladder climber. If it gets us paid.
I'm sorry, are you calling me a brown noser?
Oh no, I'm saying our potential imaginary hypothetical brown noser.
Mercenary.
Cherry's eyes narrow.
Okay, that's settled then. Go to it.
Just make it so. At least is that dude still hanging around, Ben?
Oh, you're talking about the guy that y'all had talked to at
Yeah, because I think
the
now
bar.
the plan is to try and milk the information from him of like who he reports to try and present this deal to them of not looking to mercenary but to uh intel hunt.
So you got the contact card for him, so you could reach out with that proposition, or even try to arrange for a meeting to make that proposition.
Oh, okay, so that might be maybe we sit on that for a bit. So I guess if he's gone, then I don't know. Would that be our plan? We just immediately ring him up, or we try to chase down any other leads and then follow up with him. What do you guys think?
Mm, I
I
mean,
will
I kind
point out. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're okay.
I was just going to quickly point out, as you guys are considering what to do, I wanted to talk about mechanically. I had you guys roll, but it's not like that's done deal. That's the roll for your visit to Tabuk.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would let you
I
guys
guess that was kind
basically
of
make it.
just search.
Yeah, no, I hadn't decided for sure, but I think maybe a day. A day is a good time frame to do that because you've spent you have your had your scene re-rolls, but that feels like a good amount of time to spend going around trying some different locations, striking up conversations, and um,
And
racking your
maybe
brains and other resources.
maybe Eva can
Okay.
do some digging around whatever military ranking, hierarchy, whatever information she can find on the admin side to see if that could provide any useful details to Bo and Cherry. Basically angling for an administer assistance check this time.
Mm. And I guess we were also talking about that, like just general lay of the land on Taboo kind of research. So would that be a different scene for us if we said, well, we think we've kind of run down our job leads for the day. Let's do a or pivot to what the current, political situation is. Do we feel like we can come back here and
Mm.
do more work, kind of checking?
Okay, so
I
you're
feel
talking
like,
about.
yeah,
Oh,
go ahead.
go ahead, babe.
Just gonna say I feel like we would, but that's
Yeah,
my
it's just making
thought
sure that
process.
count, or yeah, that Ben would count that as a different thing.
Yeah, you're talking about kind of getting a just a feel for like the vibe in the city and
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, as I say, that could potentially turn up
I guess
other.
maybe more than vibes with Eva around. I figure she wants some
Hmm.
qualitative vibes about.
She wants data. Yeah.
Hmm. So I guess that would
That
be
makes
stuff
sense.
like economy's good, economy's bad. They're rebounding from this. They're in like a depression or something because of the coup
Yeah.
and battle bots attacking them.
Okay.
We run into
BattleBots do tend to be bad for
for the economy.
economy. Yeah,
I think I heard that in the latest Treasury meeting.
yeah.
And I don't know, maybe you roll a 14 and then it's just Cades strolling down the street. Brother Nick shows up and it's like, I heard you were looking to find out what happened for the past several months on the planet of Tabuk.
A little birdie told me, and by a little birdie, I mean the guy that I definitely blackmailed to get him to tell me.
um, yeah, I had to with the idea a little bit of having a cameo here or there. Um, I think I think for now we'll probably we'll probably leave that alone because I feel like we need a little bit more resolution uh, about what those characters have been up to the last few months.
Mhm. Nah, just dive in cold.
That is always an option.
Mm,
But yeah, I guess it sounds like that would be our pivot then
Okay.
if we're low on job leads.
Okay. Its own qualitative vibes and stuff.
Qualitative
And
vibes.
and so just to be extra clear, are we thinking the possibility of like even smaller little job leads that are maybe not necessarily in that same category, but just other opportunities to profit in some way off of the current state of the city.
Sure.
I'm I'm thinking. I'm always looking for opportunistic jobs. We're going back to
Hmm.
Anagris, so an opportunistic job would be somebody whose regular shipper has gotten their ship blown up by pirates, and now he's got
Hmm.
10 tons of stuff that he needs to move to Anagris specifically,
Hmm.
or
Sounds about
passengers.
right.
Someone, yeah, who absolutely needs to get their package shipped within the next 3 days or what.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty much always going to want us to look for that. Anytime we know we're going from one place to another, we should be looking for, hey, how can we make money off of the trip we were already going to take?
Firefly-esque, remember?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now you missed the
So,
conversation between me and Ethan where we talked about big story events that you spend a lot of time crafting and detailing to us, and how we want to handle those.
yeah.
Yeah, it
And
was a
it's
good
by
discussion.
waving to them as we pass them on by.
More or less, yeah, little bit more than that. We want to get close enough to profit from them, but not get involved.
We have a brief chat with
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
and say that sometime we should get coffee.
And then never do.
Yes.
Yeah.
To use a random, non-specific example, right? Completely, purely hypothetical.
Mhm. Mhm. That's what Saoirse did to Kate, isn't it?
Oh gosh. Ugh. Yeah,
Mhm.
you know what? Pretty accurate.
She got a nice note about why that coffee date was never happening.
It was a nice note. Yeah, we'll give her that.
Maybe.
Well, Nero got a nice note. I don't know if Cade did. Nero required a little bit more special handling, I think, especially in Circe's eyes.
Oh man, I miss them so much.
They were great characters.
Yeah, you guys had some good times with them. I think we've talked before about being open to revisiting those characters again at some point.
How would you, complete tangent, but how would you guys feel about a reboot? Instead of revisiting them, just kind of start their story over, but bringing all of the characters together at level 1 instead of disparately like we did.
Like an alternate timeline sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay. It's
Wild.
a very daunting prospect.
Uh-huh.
Because anytime you
I
do
think.
with the alternate timelines, you're like, but now I like the one we already did so much
Uh-huh.
better. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I think if we were, I, I think if that were going to happen, I think that would almost be better as like almost like as an alternate universe. Pull the characters, but different
Uh-huh.
different world. Because otherwise, you get into all the you trying to figure out what level of like trying to fight your meta knowledge. Also, though, knowing that things may be things may be a little bit different, and
Mm-hmm.
particularly for me as the GM, trying to figure out like, okay, do I now need to like craft a whole like slightly different alternate set of you know things to flesh the world with, um, or do we like revisit the same general like sequence of the same general timeline, but now with knowledge and yeah, it could be interesting.
You get something to let percolate and see if it settles anything out. If anything settles out of it.
Hmm.
I also don't know how they would all meet up at the same time, just given
Oh, don't
the
worry, I've
fact
already figured
they
that
were
out.
sorry.
Sorry, I shouldn't have cut you off there. There's let me just let me just say this: timey wimey stuff.
Sure.
All of a sudden, we're playing Ben's new All Ashes Without Number campaign.
No, do not like, do not want.
Neither would I.
I will
Ugh.
say, just since we're just shooting the breeze for a minute, while I percolate on other things too. Um,
So much
yeah, that
percolation in the coffee pot.
you know, we do have a from campaign one, we have a character who is very powerful psychic who has gone off on a bit of an adventure into the unknown, and you know knew about powerful enemy psychics. In campaign two, you've got a very powerful psychic who also dabbles in forbidden and arcane psychic knowledge and techniques that are really never supposed to have been explored further, forbidden for good reasons. And
Is this the GM saying they regret? No, okay, sorry, go ahead.
one of them happens to be directly related to looking into the past and trying to learn information from it, and it's been very very heavily hinted at. I don't even know, at least in characters, been heavily hinted at that that ability has a lot of potential for ramifications, and he's managed to dodge almost all of them so far, but there are there is kind of an unknown danger to that's been looming. So I've got a lot of material to work with here.
Oh my word.
We could, I
Ben's like,
could,
please let me punish Avery.
I'll see. It
He
wouldn't be
says,
punished. I mean,
tie temporal anomalies to me and let me loose on the world.
I'm saying I can definitely imagine a scenario where we end up with the the characters of both campaigns being shunted back in time, I don't know, 9, 10, 11 months, something like that, maybe a year, just make it a round number, but with most of their memories of their own past year and having crossed paths. And so then
Oh,
we
so
have
kind of like they have the knowledge we had at the end of the campaign,
hmm
or most of it. This is, wait a minute. There's a show. Wait, you're pulling from somewhere. Where are you pulling from?
Continuum does this.
That, okay, so anyway, I could see that where it's like, and also, side note, it would actually be kind of hilarious if somehow instead of it being Java, also heartbreaking, instead of it being Java, it is Zeke.
well, I mean,
Or
the
if they were to run into Zeke and they're just like, "What did you do?"
I mean, the idea being that there would be like you guys could kind of have you'd have an open roster of both campaigns worth of characters to choose from,
Hmm.
and maybe we could even throw in a few NPCs as characters if we thought that would be interesting, um, for you guys to kind of pick from and swap out from time to time. But I don't know if that exactly would be what y'all would want to do. If you'd rather have like pick one character and go forward.
Man,
Anyway, that idea definitely, I I can see like that version of it. I think it would be pretty cool because it would be like, yeah, we're in same universe, we're back in time, we have some knowledge of what has happened before. Of course, a lot of that was influenced by our own actions, but we know a lot of stuff that we could use to alter the outcomes of lots of things if we so choose.
man, that sounds dangerous.
Also, imagining like the idea of going from being like, oh yeah, we're all level 10 to, oh, I'm level 1. Oh, I feel like I should know how to do this. I know this stuff. Why can't I make it work? That can be
I
fun.
I will say that sounds like a great story, but if I were to revisit a character, I would rather they just kind of like starting fresh with them. I
I
was
got
more
you.
on board when you were talking about you would want to make it an actual alternate universe or a different
Hmm.
setting. I wouldn't say no
Okay.
to everything you're
Yeah, I
talking
got you.
about. Just it's not my
Hmm.
first choice.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I think the thing that makes me, I guess, I don't know if concerned is really the right word. I guess the thing that would make it harder for me doing something where like you're taking the character but you're doing like a reset on them it would be really hard not to pull from the experiences that you've had playing or interacting with that character before.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know. Hey,
Dex
have you done
said,
that sort of thing
your
before,
words.
Dex?
It's kind of part of one of the ongoing premises of my Darkstar campaign.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I guess 'cause
is cyclical, and the same character as was played before can be played in a future cycle, just not the next immediate cycle.
hmm, okay, interesting.
And the underlying setting still has the same basic starting point, and then players go through and kind of like a cat skidding into a set of marbles.
Yeah.
Things go flying everywhere. But it's not exactly the same because it's not like the players are playing the exact same character, or even if they are, that they usually pick a different one. Even if they are, um, it's been a couple of real time years
Hmm,
at the very least.
okay,
So,
interesting.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
because you're doing like the dark matter thing, right?
hmm
Okay. Yeah,
uh,
that's
and
cool.
have added a time reset into it so that every cycle starts with oh no, we're falling into a sun again.
Fun.
Except for them, it's not again. For them, and for the entire universe, except for one small place, it's
The
this is the
first
first
time
time
ever.
this has ever happened. Yeah.
That's fun.
But yeah, I guess I'm more wary about, especially wary about a character feeling like they've been depowered, and how that really plays in, because we're not playing an anime where your characters like gain certain artifacts and pick up power-ups and things that they can do. We're playing a more down-to-earth, grounded game where the character's extra hit points or their attack bonus is a factor of their conditioning, their responses, how they react to things, and taking that away feels like, and them knowing it feels like it would have a severe detrimental effect that I'm not really as prepared to tackle.
Gotcha. Yeah, I see what you mean. I yeah, I guess it would yeah, that would be something to consider and maybe have to work around in a different way from usual.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, those are some fun ideas. Um I should I should probably we should probably get back to our current stuff.
Regularly scheduled programming.
We should. This
Yeah.
was a
Even
tangent.
though
I'm
we
sorry.
no, you're okay. We are a little light on the player count tonight, so it's all right. Um so yeah, there's a well, let's see. So you guys were gonna poke around for some other or maybe some like opportunistic jobs as you described them. That could be some what am I trying to say?
What
Could
are
be
you trying to say?
some quick work, something that you could do on your way to a Nagris as well. Um, so let's have at it. Let's see. Was I know Eva was talking about also doing some administration work to try to look into the Tabukan military structure and how it relates to the mercenaries.
Hmm.
Uh,
See if you can
wh-
give Chariot and Bow a leg up or a name to drop.
okay, let's see. A skill check for um, finding some sort of transportation jobs. I guess along with an assist, I want someone to do a connect skill check.
All right, twist my arm.
I think that you could get an assist from whoever with just about whatever. I think there are some other related. Oh, excuse me. Skills.
Hmm.
Take like an administer probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, go ahead, Ethan. Did you want to roll the
oh yeah, I
administer?
was gonna say. Oh no, I was saying yeah, you go for it because you definitely have something higher than a survive 0.
Uh, Only because her intelligence is so high. Otherwise, it's effectively the same as your survive 0. Um, Unless you've got a wisdom of +2 that I didn't know about.
No, all mine are flat zeros except for Dex.
Okay, all right. Um, yeah, I could do and administer kind of just trawling through ship whatever's publicly available ship transit data, looking for ships that have come in, like trader ships that have come in with a load of cargo and which have historically left within a few days with another load of cargo but haven't left yet. um, or any kind of like noble crises, looking for people that might be wanting a lift out. So I'll roll administer with intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that'll be a +1 for Cherry's Connect. You need me to roll that for you, babe?
Yes.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's all right. Modifier of 1. All right.
Nice.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Aced it. Can't be stopped.
Okay. So, yeah, let's see. Mhm. All right, you managed to turn up a couple of things. With Eva's, record trawling, and also Cherry's, I guess her, excuse me, her connections and her kinds of connections being a little bit more suited to this kind of work and these kinds of people. You guys find some uh, a handful of opportunities. So you there are several jobs you're able to piece together that would involve transporting uh, some things and or people from Tabuk to Anagris, since that's the kind of the route that you're targeting. There has been an increase in travel that direction ever since hostilities ceased with Urala, but it's still rare enough that there's a bit more demand for that sort of a trip than there tends to be a supply, because it is still a two-leg drill that goes through Urala. And let me see. Let's say, yeah. So we can get into more information later, but let's see. There is, there's someone who is, let's see. Okay, yeah. So you've got one person who is willing to pay 3,500 in addition to uh, chipping in for fuel costs for the trip to Anagras, asking particularly for safe passage and discretion.
Safe passage and discretion?
Mhm.
That's going to cost you extra.
Bo will be typing on his phone and look up and be like, "Well, It's not about you. Don't worry. Discretion."
Yikes.
But yeah, the little I guess like job listing of sorts, or that you're able to find is anonymous and but has a number to contact. And let's see. There's also there's someone with a sensitive package that they want delivered to a specific law office on Anagras. Has the name and address there listed. They're willing to pay 5,500 credits, but the contract is voided if the package is opened or tampered with at all.
Mm.
I think Cherry would take it.
Yeah. Bo's never felt a stronger desire to tamper with something in his life.
No.
Oh man. And
Just on the principle of the thing.
there is let's see. This is one that this is one that Cherry is approached by, and uh, is a little strange because she's kind of been putting out feelers for this work. The fact that you're planning to make a trip to Anagris and uh, offering transport, but this is someone you hadn't seen yet. Making your rounds, uh, paying your visits to the various offices or uh, locations, and this guy he says basically the gist of it is my client needs immediate and discreet transportation off the planet. Um, no questions asked, no records. He'll pay in cash up front,
Oh.
and he'll pay 10,000 credits.
How
Well,
does
now I
Bo
have
feel
questions.
about that?
I have questions.
I think they're paying us to not have questions, Bo.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a question.
Oh no.
Does he have a top hat?
The
Its
guy
fingers
that
on his
approached
right hand.
Eva's not actually there, so Eva can't ask it.
it's funny, the guy that approaches Cherry he is dressed like professionally in a suit and everything, but yeah, he says uh, he would answer a couple questions like himself to her. She can ask him questions about the job, and he would say, yeah, I'm a booking agent. I arrange for travel for various people, and occasionally people who need utmost discretion.
So Mr. Booking.com himself.
Absolutely.
No, I was
But
I was making a joke about my immediate thought was the guy with the avocados, Tayo, the thing that Nero was eating that she shouldn't have eaten. Ornate gold, the guy that started the events of our last campaign in motion.
Mr. Gray?
No.
Oh, Molten
no,
Ardor.
you're.
Yes, molten ardor.
How
I think,
could
yeah,
you
what?
forget?
So I think what stuff she was eating. I was trying to remember what she was eating that she wasn't supposed to be eating.
He had
That was very
something
obscure.
in his arrangement that you're not supposed to eat whole, and I was like, you know what? She's got the poison thing in her, it's the survivalist thing. She eats it, and it caused that small little panic of people who knew that she shouldn't be eating that.
That's funny, man. I'd forgotten that little
Wow.
detail. That's a good one. Good memory there.
Good memory there.
Only with some things.
let's see. So, yeah, the other thing, there is a
There's a what?
um,
Bottom of the sea.
there's one other little job as if you're looking for just kind of smaller scale stuff that catches Cherry's eye. Um, there is a plea almost put out, a little listing, request for a skilled mechanic. Um,
Too bad I don't know any of those.
their their listing just says they're suffering some kind of major malfunction uh, with the door to their shrine, but they're a good little they're a several hour drive from the capital, and just apparently the job looks like it's been listed for a couple weeks. Nobody's taken it. Um,
Does that conflict with Mr. Leave immediately, no questions asked?
um,
It
the
kind of feels like it conflicts
Mr.
with that.
Leave immediately is he
How
is
immediate is immediately?
he is unfortunately subject to however immediately
Mm-hmm.
his transportation is going to leave. So, um, and you do get the impression there isn't just a glut of travel between Tabuk and Anagris. So, uh,
No love lost between the two.
it's a little bit of that, but also just there hasn't been a lot of established. It's a long way to make any sort of regular, routine trips, and both systems are relatively well established with their own kind of with their own trade already. So it's a niche, one that you guys are happen to be willing to fill. It's also it's just less easy to find ships that aren't already kind of spoken for, don't already have their own things that they're busy doing, and decide they have time and the wherewithal and the willingness to get involved in somebody's, you know 10,000 credit, no questions asked kind of a a job. A lot of people just avoid that kind of thing out of principle,
Mm.
or
If only we had those.
or you know not moral principle, but just out of a
No, no, no.
sense of caution.
You didn't misspeak. It's fine.
Hey, Eva's got principles.
Mm,
That's still a lot of money, though. She wants a job.
Well, we got a
yeah.
principal on that brand new ship we got to pay down.
Darn.
We've got lots of
So,
principle.
So much principle.
well, it's funny. I guess I almost forgot about that. I was going to mention, just out of character. Keep in mind, you guys fully paid off the new ship,
Yeah, I
and
just
you
didn't want
have
to.
a
It's been such a good running joke, Ben. Don't ruin it.
okay.
Yeah, no. I think what they've been referring to is I've kept raising maintenance, and we do have that still.
Yeah, that will come up at some point. I
Yeah.
actually, I wasn't going to do this unilaterally without talking to you guys, but I was going to at some point float the idea of going to monthly maintenance, just because otherwise it doesn't feel like it's even real, because you don't, you know 6 months is such an incredibly long time in this game. our first campaign didn't even make it 6 months. So just to have something, some kind of uh, actual real cost to the ship, um, I
It
think
did
that
have
would
a real
be,
cost. It had a 9 million credit cost.
yeah.
That's a significant real cost.
Well, anyway, um, yeah. So you guys have a couple things. Yeah. So if I wasn't clear enough, out of character, basically, these jobs won't conflict with each other. Just a little something to do on Tabuk that seems like a fairly quick sort of thing,
Yeah.
and then a few opportunities that you could do, make some money going back to Anagris with. And oh, one more thing. Let's see. Eva did an administer check as an assist to the Connect. Um, you guys had expressed interest in the missing excavation team, but
Yes.
what I'll tell you, and this is something I think your characters would know too. Looking, it wouldn't exactly fall under mercenary work. Um, the From the little bit of information and kind of rumor, headline blip that you had heard about it, that would be there's some company, some research group, uh, possibly, potentially government connected, not super clear from the headlines, um, that was conducting that excavation. And given the level of secrecy and the lack of public information about it, you might need to poke around a little bit in academic circles, um, or in order to find the you find more information about that and try to maybe get in touch with the people who were conducting the excavation, and you know find out more about that opportunity.
Okay.
And it sounds like that's something that y'all have not done quite yet.
Nope.
Not yet, no.
Mm.
Okay. Um, sorry, help me out. Was that something that came up as a potential lead?
So we're talking about the missing excavation crew that you guys had expressed interested in.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm pointing out is that's that still has not been really pursued by you guys. You guys went after like mercenary work, and
Ah,
you went after kind of like other little job things. Unless maybe I misunderstood, and you were intending to have included that in the stuff you guys have already done.
no, not yet. My confusion was, it sounded because you framed it as following from the administer assist that Eva did.
Yeah.
I thought there was more information coming, but no,
Oh,
you're right.
gotcha.
We haven't looked into that a whole lot yet.
No, yeah, I I was sort of thinking out loud. It made me think of the fact that there was some I guess, maybe uh that does kind of fit, um as yeah, let's do it that way. I think that actually does fit well. That as Eva is digging around in these records and stuff, um she does find a a reference to to a ship that delivered. uh it catches her eye because the destination was unusual. It was delivering equipment to basically the North Pole of Tabuk, which is completely uninhabited as far as anybody
Except for
knows.
Tabukan Santa Claus.
And yeah, it would. She realizes the date lines up with you know, around the same time that excavation crew had been reported missing.
Oh, fun.
Okay. Okay, so if I'm following, there was a shipment heading out to Tabuka North Pole. That shipment corresponds or correlates to the date that the excavation crew went missing or was marked missing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, and yeah.
All right, then I think what Eva would do is send Cherry a message asking her to look into, I guess, start with the ship that went out. Eva will, of course, try to find out if that ship ever came back. And ask Cherry to see if. Oh, let me ask instead. Did that ship come back?
Okay.
Sorry,
We're talking about
the delivery ship.
Yeah, so it looks like it reported back to the Port Authority at KFAR as usual.
Okay, then what message Cherry gets from Eva is a message marked as important with the red exclamation point, and also has in all caps confidential. Um, it's the very first part. No, not confidential, top secret. Um, and the rest of the message is typed all in lowercase, which is unusual for Eva, especially with autocorrect. She had to undo the autocorrect every single time.
Yeah.
And it gives Cherry the details of that ship, and asks her to see if she can find out if that ship is a government asset, or if it's anything other than just a delivery ship, basically.
Hmm.
And I'll also say for Cherry's benefit, Eva probably forwards some of the other information that she came up with, so that Cherry's not stuck with Eva's assumptions of this ship kidnapped those people.
That's important.
Yeah, let Cherry come to her own conspiracies if she wants to.
Oh, man. Okay.
But that's a good lead to at least get us looking at that more and say, okay, let's find out what happened here.
It's true. All right. So, what's next moves then? Hello.
Yep.
Who are you asking?
Sorry, asking Dex. Or Ben, or Ethan.
I think so. Right now, we've got a couple of prospects to take us back to Anagris. I definitely think we should take the 10K contract, and I'm guessing nobody is relating the shrine fixing contract to Eva.
Why wouldn't I? Sorry. Is there a reason I wouldn't?
I was joking. Because you'd made the joke of Cherry saying, "Nope, don't know anybody like that."
Mhm.
And
That's the you sit on it until we're in orbit, and then you tell her about that other Joe.
But yeah, if Eva finds out about it, oh, of course she wants to go and fix that.
Oh, that would be pretty fun.
Yeah, we'll take a road trip. In fact, maybe we can do that. It's a couple hours away, so maybe we can do that while things cool down here, and then we'll come back and you can make another round after the day has cooled off. I remember Ben saying that you can make another check in a day, and also dig into the Merc's handler. Let me start typing some stuff. Unless Ethan's already typing.
Oh no.
Actually, I'm going to do this in a different order. Tabuka TABUUK, or have I been adding the extra U in there all the time? And it's been wrong.
Sorry, come again?
Is Tabuk TABUUK, or is it just one U?
Just one U.
All right.
Did I mistype it somewhere?
No, I'm pretty sure I've been typing it with two U's the
Oh,
entire
okay.
time.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I do add a second K when making it an adjective, tabukan, but still just one U. Oh, by the way,
There we go.
let me check here. One thing while I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Ethan, there's a spelling correction I went and put in session chat.
Ooh.
I don't remember which channel I noticed that in. There's been a lot of activity today, but it's the old capital of Tabuk. Okay, we've got some new stuff in out of character planning. Very cool. All right. And yeah,
You like my assurances
cool.
there, Ben?
I do like it. you gotta make sure to take those things into account. Make it very clear what the plan is.
Yeah, the plan is very definitely to get back with no problems.
Mm-hmm. Zero complications. Um, and okay. I just thought that. Oh no.
That's why it was very important to get the U's right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay. I think then got a good plan for next time. Thanks guys for patience with tonight. Our very slow start and all that. But we have I've gotten some more information. And I think we're yeah. I feel like I'm definitely slow tonight, so I'm just glad to come out the other end with something to show for it.
That's right.
But
If it helps, I'm going to Wendy's, so we'll all also have that.
sweet. Hmm. Um. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I think you guys going, basically saying in character like, okay, we've exhausted our research and hitting the streets for the day. Let's head out. Um this shrine's malfunction apparently happens every night, so nighttime is a great time to go and try to deal with it anyway. And yeah, then you guys will be set with a little something to a little bit of excitement, maybe a little bit of job to do sort of next session, and that theoretically should only take part of the session. Then we can do uh, maybe finish up doing some more of an investigation and get off to doing something else.
That sounds
Yep.
fun.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
you guys have any final comments or questions before we call it a session?
sorry for not being more present.
Mm-mm. We have those sometimes.
Indeed.
Also, there's a lot more pressure on those that are here when we have a smaller roster. So just the way it goes. All right, then let's do 1 XP for everyone. Okay, type that gets us to 85, and we can hit faves with Dex being up first this time.
It's pretty minimal, pretty small, but I appreciated Eva having an opportunity to just trawl through ship logs and come out with useful information that Cherry could use. Just being able to be like, well, this ship normally comes and goes pretty quickly, but it's been here for a week and hasn't left. Hey, go check on that.
Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool.
That was cool. Oops. Didn't mean to. Let's see. Let's clear up. Did a little copy paste job there. Ethan, you're up next.
Oh, yeah, the Zeke pop in there. And all of us fighting you so hard, being like, no, but we failed that roll.
That's also really funny.
I did enjoy that. That was a perfect opportunity to make use of his his skills and in a very fitting way that overrode the what Zeke isn't even with us. Are you sure about that? um, 'Cause, yeah, he's like just just reckless enough to be like, yeah, pretty sure I could slip in and out of a couple of these places without anybody noticing. It's important. Want to save the crew from trouble. Let's see. My favorite. Oh, excuse me. Um, uh,
You have to say it out loud. I don't know.
yeah, I was trying to think of how to word it. I do realize that I have to say things out loud. I just have a hard time not laughing about them as soon as I think about them. I loved Ethan's comment after I introduced this broker who's like, "Hey, I've got a guy, who wants to trip, no questions asked." And he's like, "I've got questions." I don't know, kind of a simple thing, but it just struck me funny. I liked it.
I
I
like
did.
it. Nothing about it.
I will say that it's sort of it wasn't out of character thing, but I enjoyed the alternate timeline slash universe discussion
Hmm.
that we had. Um, Even though it was kind of a tangent that took us out of the moment, it was it was a fun little couple of ideas to explore, trying to figure out how to. I especially like the idea of trying to make them work with the with the game mechanics and the character skills stuff that we've already got established. But I will have to think some on the idea of like let's just reset take these characters, their core from level 1 and do something different with them. I think that could be interesting. Let's see. Danielle, you're next.
Mm. Yeah, I still think Zeke's surprise appearance is my favorite.
Hmm.
I'd like to add one.
Yeah, go for it.
It also seemed kind of to go a little bit under the radar, but Cherry being concerned about trying to get some kind of letter of marque slash research from the actual Tabukan government and how that might affect Bo felt good. And also, I conflated two things, so now I've got another one. Uh, and I think this was Cherry doing this. Cherry, oh gosh, I'm getting old too, and my brain is not working.
It's allowed.
But spinning it around so that you know what? I've lost it completely. Let's just leave it at Cherry's concern for Bo. Sorry, you'll have to
There's
find somewhere else to put that slash.
That's a lot. I'll just take it back.
I think I was trying to get to. I felt like Cherry had maneuvered the conversation in such a way that we could turn it into a research job instead of a military job, and
Mhm.
so that to pursue her investigative reporting drives motivations.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just really did come down to like, yes, there are things she wanted to do, but also she wasn't going to insist on doing it that way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and out of character, I'll say I think that's an excellent idea. I think um yeah, I mean, just because I've presented a particular job or whatever to the crew doesn't mean we're kind of stuck with those options. There's always room for that doesn't really quite fit what we as players or the characters actually want to do. Because
Hmm.
you know especially when we get into some of the nuances of their the characters motivations and players preferences and stuff, there are definitely going to be times where I kind of where I sort of missed the mark or wasn't necessarily specifically thinking of that thing. And maybe it even just takes you guys seeing something in front of you that you don't want to realize, oh, you know what I really want? What I really want is this other thing. Um, and I think it's totally fine to go in character and be like, yeah, we kind of bandy this about a little bit in character and realize that we don't want to do this, but we do want to try to do something else. And you might not be able to. I mean, you might not have somebody knock on your door and say, "Hey, can you go, investigate this Dimnoff war that's going on and report on it to the people or something." But you might be able to, you know, put the word out like, "Hey, you're in you have some experience. You've visited Dimnoff before and you have an idea for how to poke around and get information if they're interested parties willing to pay." Kind of to, I think, I forget who brought up the customs officer, but and you guys had kind of gotten a hint from him that, yeah, uh, there's some work to be there's some work to be done. There's some influence to be gained if you have information or can get information on Dimnoff for the Tabukan government.
Hmm. Yeah.
So that's certainly a thread worth considering and thinking about how to find work doing.
All right.
All right. Well, I think that's our faves.
It is, and it all fits on one comment this time.
Ooh.
It usually separates it out into two
Hmm.
separate comments. I don't know why Roll20 does
Yeah.
that, but it's got a size limit for comments.
Yeah. Probably something. Yeah. It'd be. Well, I was gonna say they're trying to prevent spamming, but I mean, it's like if it just sends it all anyway and breaks it up into multiple messages, I don't.
Well,
Don't quite understand that.
well, also, put some of those psychic techniques out there, like put
Oh yeah.
those are much longer. It's only for if I've typed it, and then it breaks it into multiple. At least it breaks it on the line breaks, but it still seems a weird. Yeah, it still seems weird.
Yeah, it does.
Well, faves
Still
are
seems weird.
posted and ready to end the stream.
Yeah, we could go ahead.